Okay. As everyone gathered into the area after parting ways with the student that had to go meet with their, uh, for some reason I was going to say camp counselor, principal for a bit, everyone went into this area not really knowing what to expect. Civ had an idea of what was going on, but no one really asked her the question of what was she doing or why she wanted everyone here. But you guys gathered and learned a few bits of information that you, in the past, have really never really thought of. Apparently, there's a security system within the works of the city with plants communing with one another. However, that's just a subset. Bleh. It's a part of the entire structure. You found and located the core of the area, which provides energy and power towards the entire facility of Haven, or at least a good amount of it, drawn out from a war god soldier. You're not really sure what it is, but Civ gave you the basic rundown that this was a soldier in the past in a war known as the First Iconoclasm, where the gods had decided to wipe out the populace and start over, where the weapons of good and evil, the shards of sin, and the items of virtue were crafted and created to combat these things. At this point in time, no one really knows where they are or what's going on, at least for the most part. Your team managed to gather this information and learn a bit more. Not of this, but of what's going on in town and why people are trying to find this Mighty Knight. Although you know him as a few other different names. Here and there. Anyways, your team had finally gathered the information and it was discovered that a family that Halloween at least knows the reputation of is currently trying to do this to basically test their new location implementation devices. Drawing out from the power source, Relta managed to locate the area. However, you had two main options to you. One was to find and locate this household of the people that are currently located there. Another was to actually go to the warehouse and spy on them for a bit. In a day, 24 hours from now, 28 hours from now, actually, uh, Mighty Knight would head there and basically take down the operation. And beyond that, however, you were given a choice to help along in this. Your other choice was to go undercover by, thanks to Civ's help, and basically crash a party. There are also a few other choices I gave you that I can't remember right now, and there are also the choices you can make. This is a world that is a little too open world, so the choice ultimately is up to you. At this point in time, however, I'm going to say, King, you managed to find them again. Not sure if I'm using the proper token. Probably not. But anyways, you managed to find them. Went through the system. Saw that Mighty Knight was currently working and trying to locate as well as stabilize the core of the I forgot what it was called. At the core of the energy circulation device. You went up to the next room, found the god chained up, and then went back here. It's easier that way than portraying what happened at school. That was it.
So, so we know.
Can no one hear me?
I can hear you.
heard you.
Nah, okay.
Logosaurus Rex over here just can't respond.
Okay, that's fine.
He's not wrong.
Civ simply states then, well, we do have a few choices. We can go and gather some information from the household before we rampage this warehouse. So we can crash a yacht party. I do have a few connections in the working industry. We could probably spy on the area beforehand. The warehouse. We already got the all clear from Ramon, so do you have any ideas?
I'm gonna appear there as a noble.
Sure, I suppose we can do
So-
that.
We are. What?
Somehow doing the accent made you laggier.
Access to this whole part.
You're lagging really bad.
He votes to crash the party.
Dun dun dun. And I'm gonna be your servant, right?
If you want to be for the party.
Yes, please. Can I pretend to be your servant while we go to the party?
Very well.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm just gonna say for not context. For practicality, you guys head out. Unless you want to talk with the agents there for security again, up to you. But you wind up in the streets. Go ahead.
Go.
I think you said go. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But beyond
so-
that,
If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry.
Rota really insistent on going. She's just tired of all this. So for some reason wanted to stay. Who knows?
I think you wanted to go.
I know. I'm giving you a hard time.
Okay. Oh man.
Rota, I
Why?
need you to take me to the forest.
Oh, that's right.
Oh god, why are we here?
I just needed a street. You guys wind up on the street, and Civ pings King to return. You know, eventually. She simply states,
Alright.
hey, we're done with our part. If you're done with yours, meet us at, the giant compass in this city. You can't miss it. And then, Caitlin asks Relta to take her to the forest.
Yeah, I forgot we had to do that before we go to the yacht club party thing.
I mean, you don't have to. You can choose to.
Yeah.
I choose to do it before.
Okay. Ba-ba-boom. Just Ralta, or do you take more people?
I think I'll take whoever wants to go, but I need Rota specifically.
Where are we going?
Okay.
Viral, like being cool.
Come on.
My Leganese is not that
I
clean.
think he said Baroth likes to be included.
All I heard was Byroth. And then it sounded like he had a severe stutter.
I heard included. I heard Baroth and included, so he's coming along.
Byroth, do you want to get included? You want to go to the forest? I like trees. Cool.
Alright. I'm just gonna choose one, Rex. If it's still not the right token you want, you can change it. But you eventually get to the area that Civ was talking about, the giant compass in the city, that just basically tells the time. Before they see you, you can change wardrobe and look different, up to you. But you hear over here about Caitlin stating. No, okay. Hollywood, you hear Caitlin stating, "Oh, Relta, do you mind coming with me to the forest?" Hollywood says, "I'll stay here." Civ apparently wants to stay here as well. Bioth wants to go. Relta more or less wants to go, but she's kind of the one that got asked, so she says sure. There's Team A and Team B. Or Team A and Team 1. Do you choose Team A, which is Hollywood and Civ, or Team B, which is Byroth, Caitlin, and Realta?
Well, I was called here to work, so I'm not going to go on free time.
Okay.
And if it turns out we're not working, I'm going to be fairly annoyed.
Okay. Like a teenage girl, you're just kind of sulking at the compass. While these three head to the forest. Let's see. Druid Circle. Boop. Civ looks at you and simply states, I suppose we can, but my contact would probably have some for us, unless you want something specific.
Unless there's specific roles we're having to fill, it should be fine.
Maids and butlers.
Oh, we should be good then.
Mm-hmm. She does look over around people. You're not really sure what she's looking at. But she locates and finds someone in a tree with a small dog that looks kind of like a lizard. I don't know what that's about. But in the meantime, Rauta, Byroth, and Caitlin are currently in the forest. Caitlin has decided to put her horse vertically.
It can fly.
Is there anything you're doing, Caitlin? Or are you just trotting?
Well, I'm gonna have us look for the druid circle of lust.
Okay. You know that there was one circle that you found here and one circle further into the forest.
First, I'm gonna stop to the one that I know.
Mm-hmm. You know that the one further into the forest at night glows. This one is static, at least for the most part. You don't know if it glows, brightens up, or does anything.
Relta, what's this druid circle here?
Okay. I can read whatever the druid circle says?
The Druid Circle isn't exactly a language, more as a religious symbolism. Not religious symbolism. No, that's right. A religious symbol etched into the area. You know that the symbol represents inner strength. by that, you're not sure what it means or symbolizes, but it does mean those words, inner strength. What that could mean, it could be a variety of things. Actual strength, mental strength, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma. It could be a multitude of things.
And can I roll like insight on this?
This
or
be
something?
more religion.
One roll.
What's that?
You need to roll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 10. It's an average roll. It might represent charisma, wisdom, or strength. You're not sure which.
Okay, so this circle is charisma, wisdom, or strength, you said?
Yes, at least with a 10, you're not really sure which one, but you did refine it to
Wisdom.
half of these stats.
What was that?
Wisdom,
You
charisma,
can
or
cut it
strength.
down by half.
Okay. Alright, so yeah. So, Caitlin, this circle either means strength, charisma, or wisdom.
I take out the lust blade, and I say to it in my mind, "Is this it?"
It continues to say nothing for a while. Rauta then looks at you, simply states, I mean, you brought us here. Caitlin, still focusing in her mind,
Wait,
says this
I
out
thought
loud.
he said it in his head, though.
No, Caitlin usually says these things out loud. Which is funnier. But anyways, within your mindscape, after a minute of awkward silence, you then hear, ah, well, thankfully enough, we're out of there. Oh, what do we have here? I mean, they're nice, but they could do better.
Huh?
What was that, dear?
Who were you talking to?
Oh, never you mind. You can tell your blade seems to be not really fully consciously there. As if they were thinking of something else, tried to make a quick quip at you, and then it just fell flat. So, what do you need?
Take me to your druid circle.
Oh, this one isn't mine. At least this isn't my taste. This one's light.
Is this
Mine
the
is
heavenly
shadow.
version? Then it should be the one further in.
It doesn't say anything, but you
This is
assume
all
yes.
out loud. I didn't feel like.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, your team hears.
Maximilian, take us further in. What were you saying, Dogma?
Oh, I was gonna say, your team hears all this. This isn't the right one. We should go further in. And then you said all that. Again, your team seems disturbed by this, but not that disturbed. In the meantime, I have to delete some.
Caitlin.
Good.
I just wanted to ask if Caitlin's okay, just staring at her. Like, are you okay?
She sheathed the lust blade. I'm fine. We just need to go further in to get to the right one.
What is it for?
The lust blade.
To do what though? Is it? Do you want to tell us what's going on?
I researched a way to increase its output while still remaining safe for me.
Go
And
ahead and
what's
roll
around me.
deception.
Yup. I'm good at those, I say as I nat one, my famous catchphrase.
Oh.
Oh, not bad. 24. Byroth, go ahead and roll insight. Rota, would you ever not trust Caitlin?
Huh?
Like, would you ever not believe that she's telling a lie?
I mean,
That was a double negative.
that's hard.
Would you think that Caitlin would lie to you?
I know what you mean. I'm not sure. I think I would be suspicious in this situation just because she's kind of talking to herself at points, and I'm not sure what she's doing at all.
That's fair. Byroth, go ahead and roll one for Rota. Okay.
Jinxie, why are you growling?
She seems a bit hesitant, but resolved in this action. You're not sure if this is a complete lie, the full truth, but you have no real reason or actual information to not believe her. But you dive in further, and this time you see a more established Druid circle. Like, looking at it and
Rough,
observing
if
it,
you would.
you can identify it without actually rolling, because this is a actual fully intact circle. It symbolizes the piece of north, south, east, west, a connection to the body and the mind formed together in a pure, succinct manner. You do believe that this is darkness, but darkness of nature, so it does not have to be evil, just different. This circle not combines, but allows you to dive into one's own self, one's own inner self.
Okay. So it's just like a meditating kind of circle?
Yeah, primarily. I mean, it could have
Take
different.
out the lust blade again.
It could have different implementations if you're trying to do something else, but it is a way to connect to your own self, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So I'll relate that to Caitlin. That it's like a way to connect with yourself.
Caitlin will get off Maximilian and send Maximilian 90 feet in the air to look out for unwanted guests. I say in his mind.
Immediately it flies 90 feet in the air, worried about giant hawks.
Oh, but the area's cleared out already.
Yeah, it's past 5 p.m., so the area is
but it's
clean.
still suspicious though.
Still traumatized.
Oh.
With the lust blade in hand, Caitlin will say, investigate it.
All right. Something might or might not happen depending on the position of your token. So right now, go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Hold on. Investigation. I have disadvantage.
I don't know why you have a disadvantage, but makes sense.
Blind.
Yeah, that's true.
You gave me a list of things I have disadvantage on.
Oh yeah. Man, I haven't made a vampire in a long time. Anyways, looking at the area, you do see that there are 4 stone pillars around a circle. You haven't actually entered the circle, it's just information that Route had described to you. Right now, you're just filling up the west stone structure. That's it. You got a 6.
I was mostly saying investigate to the Lust Blade.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. It says nothing again. Maybe it's testing you, maybe it just really doesn't like you. But it's quiet.
She'll walk directly into the center.
Alright. Byralth, Reltak, go ahead and roll me. Unless your passive perception is at least a 15, go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Big yike.
On boss perception. Byroth and yeah.
Relta's passive perception is at least 15 then.
Oh yeah,
Shoot, not
sorry.
to roll.
You're correct.
Mm.
Scratch that natural one.
To who?
Relta rolled a perception check, but she didn't need to because her passive is above the parameter you set.
I mean, there were different parameters. The 15 is the one that gives you the least. But you got it. Examining the circle as Caitlin enters in, you feel a slight sensation as if something pressed into the sand. Well, not the sand, the earth underneath her. You felt pressure there. As if something just clicked. Not a trap, but something else. Caitlin, as you enter inside, you roll me a Constitution saving throw. Unless you want to automatically fail it.
I'll fail.
Okay. As you step in, there is only darkness inside. The brimming light you see in your eyes goes black. Often than not, regardless if you have eyesight or not, you can still see those pressures in the light if it turns red, white, or sometimes just unclear easiness, sometimes inside of a room of pitch black. You know you're inside the middle of close to sunset, but not quite there, so it should not be this dark. Entering inside, you believe that Relta is correct. You've entered into something else. This is you, but there's something in there with you. Whatever it is, whatever you are now, you are definitely not alone. Is there something you do?
Caitlin will say, Lustblade, let's not play this game of hide and seek.
Interesting. You have yet to see what's truly there. So tell me, what can you see?
Darkness.
You are not fully awakened yet. Your charisma is high, but you still lack its presence. What will you do now?
Looks like I'll have to figure out what I lack to unlock it then.
You do not have full control. You have the blade, and you have bits of power, but you do not have it all.
Where do I get to the next step?
You already have it. There is a way to unlock it, but there is always a price.
What's the price?
The price will come at a later time. Your connections, your resolve, they are there. But the key is lacking. I can provide the key, but the price will come when I choose it to.
Hand me the key.
If you do not, then good luck. 'Cause there are so many stronger than you. Some have even awakened beyond your own comprehension.
And that's why I need the key.
So will you accept the barter? Or will you choose another path?
I choose the path that's laid before me now. I'll deal with the consequences later.
Very well. You see as a brimming bright light burns into your retinas, pitch blackness turns into a red haze, a hue. Your eyes begin to melt. They burn in sensation as if glass has been riddled into it. And then you blink. And you see stone. You see stone. Around you, you see trees, foliage, grass. Underneath you, you see a circle. It's a nice place. But something's seriously messed up right now.
I look up.
You see the sky, quite blue. It's a little red now that the sun's setting, but, you know, nice day.
I look over my lust blade.
You actually see a blade in your hand, a blade of crimson iron. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. A blade of... No, yeah. It turns into a crimson-like hue, at least edges, marks. Symbolic patterns form into it. You don't know what they are, you need a cleric for that, but you do see that something has been awakened. Not only in yourself, but within the blade itself.
She just in the circle.
Yeah. Rauta and Byroth, mainly Rauta, because she has at least a 15, you see that her eyes, while still red, are focused.
And did I see like a flash of whatever light engulf her? Did I like what happened exactly? What did we see when she got her sight back?
She just stepped 1 foot back and that was it.
Oh, that's like, did anything cool happen on the outside?
Not on the outside. The outside, she basically walked in, she stood there for like 3 seconds, and then she stepped back.
Okay. Caitlin, are you okay?
This is not the price they said, but this is a price in my life.
As she literally makes eye contact with you for the first time. Now you see Rauta clearly is the tiefling in your group. That picture you took a couple hours ago clearly wasn't you.
I forgot about that picture.
I look at Byroth.
You actually look and see Byroth. Byroth, you see that instead of looking through you, she actually looks at you. You've gotten so used
tips
to
her
her.
head up for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you see?
I can now. The first limit is off. Now I have full access to my magics.
Well, to what you can control, you hear in your head. Your body has yet to fully develop. But don't worry, it happens to most people through puberty. But we'll see how well-rounded you get.
I was saying that I can finally shoot not in a 30-foot radius, but my magic can reach 120.
Both of you hear this as if she's trying to explain what exactly is going on.
This is a great boon.
We may go back now.
In the meantime, going back to the monolith. Oh wait, the monolith is a different map. Going back to Street. I literally named it Street.
Descriptive.
The 3 that are here, I don't know why. Oh, wait. There we go. The 3 still here are currently just having a discussion. Pulling up to the group, King smokes, offers Civ and Hallowoo. Hallowoo kindly rejects the offer. Civ, for some reason or another, you thought she would reject it. But she's currently smoking. That's basically it. Then the rest of the conversation is, I honestly didn't follow it, but you're still having it.
I told King what our plan was, and basically caught her up to date.
And I said, so basically you want me to wait outside and get the town guard in case something goes wrong.
Oh,
So me and Tally have agreed on that now.
Okay. Civ then states, I mean, the plan is solid enough, but we should speak with the rest once they get here.
I chuckle and turn to Civ and say, it might be best to reread the background profile the department has of me. I don't think it would be very wise for someone such as myself to go in a place like that.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Basically, get everyone else up to speed. From what I've been told, your group likes to, I mean, case in point now, split up.
Well, to me it seems I was called here to work, yet people seem to go off on their free time whenever work's meant to be done.
And according to this, also, when work's getting done, so... yeah. While this is going on, the 4 meet up.
Sorry about that. Turns out we were getting her sight back. Great boon. How long have you been blind?
Say raises his hand once.
No, not Caitlin. You have been blind for many years, but no more. Yes, this is great thing.
It's been over 400 years.
Halloween starts counting on her hands.
You stop after 398 because Civ tried to look at what you were doing. So you had to restart.
How do you feel having your eyesight back?
I could always see within 30 feet of me. Well, I
Yeah,
could feel
but
it.
now you can see, like, everything.
King, all Dropkick had was Tremor Sense. He still kind of has that. But it'll be like a check to try to focus in on one or the other.
I'm just
Okay.
curious how she feels about seeing.
Yeah.
Again, I guess.
Oh, yeah, how did you feel about flying now that it wasn't totally blind?
Or did we not walk here?
Oh no,
I
we took
trotted.
your Pegasus.
Okay. She closed her eyes.
Aw.
She still doesn't like heights.
And yet you ride a horse.
Correct.
With
I mean, he knows where he knows how to get home.
Yeah, that's fair. Civ looks at the rest of you and states, "So, welcome back. These two came up with a plan where everyone except for King infiltrates. King has their own reasons, but they will be there outside. Let's say the stables, and everyone else will intercept. Or, there's still the option of just messing around in town until 24 hours passes up, and we meet Mighty Knight at the what was it called again? She looks through her notes.
Markovian Yacht Club.
I mean, no, he's going to attack the what's it called again? Still looking through the notes.
Wasn't it at a factory?
Storage warehouse, yes. It's down by the harbor, but that'll be 28 hours from now. So we have time to kill. The main reason why we wanted to go to the mansion was to gather any more information. You know, investigating?
Yeah, I thought we had already. Are we gonna go do that?
We can go now.
I have nothing to do in town. Does anyone else?
In King, if you're gonna be at the stables, Maximilian will be under your control.
It's fine. You might want to keep them somewhere safer.
Also,
It's not about
King.
him, it's about you.
I will be fine. Do not worry about me.
You see Civ currently writing something.
If you need a distraction and you see smoke, please don't worry.
Still writing.
King, I do not know your reasons for not wanting to be seen in the Mansion District or the Yacht Club, but we do have access to magical items that can disguise your appearance. For official use only,
I'm
of course.
very aware of items that can attempt to hide your appearance, but like most things, they are prone to failing under a watchful eye.
Fair enough. But that's if you're going into a high security area. We're going to a yacht club. What it is secure. They don't post everyone with true sight on a 24-hour basis.
No, but you never know who's there.
Yes, that's true. She looks over at her notes. You have to assume at your dossier. That's fair enough. I haven't
This
been
is
there
fine.
in some time.
We can always find use for eyes on the outside. King, you have badge to communicate with us, yes?
You are given a badge, yes?
I'm just going to say now, King's ignoring Byrov. She's not even acknowledging him talking to her.
Might I
Yes, I'm
ask
sure
why?
we will have use for
I will message you at a dogma.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure we will have use for eyes on the outside.
Well, at
This
any
place
rate,
feels familiar.
Also, Caitlin, are you quite alright?
I'm fine. This area feels like I've stepped here before.
as
I
you
mean-
go ahead.
I was about to say, I mean, you stepped here a couple of half an hour ago, if that's what you mean.
She's looking more at this tree.
Yeah. Oh, so, I get that, but they left before you actually met up with the rest of the group.
No, I'm on about before they went into the temple place.
I get that, but you basically...
That was the last interaction she had with them, so with her personality style, that's how she views it.
I don't remember Caitlin doing that, but, I
In
remember
RP
the other one.
chat?
Yeah, I don't remember Caitlin doing that, though.
last message is do be careful on your business from Caitlin.
Oh, okay.
I received a message.
I feel like you're nitpicking though, but okay. Boop, boop, boop. As you enter inside the area, you. Oh wait, you're not there yet. Before you leave, Civ then states, "Alright, don't want you left alone." She pulls up her badge and then states, "Alright, let's see here. Who to call?
If it makes any difference, Civ, I personally won't be needing a costume.
It doesn't. But anyway. King, are you familiar with Agent Holly, a detective within the Bureau?"
I chuckle slightly. We have quite a history.
Alright, well then, that'll probably do. She then basically gets out her badge and pings something. She doesn't say anything, but she just presses on it in a strange pattern. Moments later, Agent Holly arrives.
Just after she pings it, my character's rubbing her hands together and just knowing this will be an extremely fun day.
Alright. Looking over notes. As Civ is looking over notes, Holly enters into the area, looking towards Halabu, and Civ takes note of Holly. "Oh, thanks for coming." Yes. Is there looking towards your direction? Why?
I am grinning so wide at him.
It's a her, but yes.
There you go.
Civ then states, "We need you to partner up with Agent King in a sting operation we're about to play out." Oh. Okay, part of the job. Sure.
I go up, lock arms with him. We're gonna be best buds today, aren't we?
We certainly are, buddy. Don't know what this is about, Civ states, so we're going. Boop, boop. This is a big map, but it should load fine enough.
Do I see what the uniform looks like before we go here? Or do we not have it yet?
You don't have it yet. You were going to meet Civ's contact at the stables.
Oh, okay.
Is there a way that Pyro can be installed with some sort of security? I don't like taking off the armor.
It would be explained there at the stables. But yes, technically you could.
Caitlin takes out that what's it called? The disguise self thingy. I don't. It was like a amulet of disguise.
Mhm.
And he gestures over to Byroth with it.
Let's see if this doesn't alter physical proportions. Large guy, I bump into things.
The
Deception
illusion's
doesn't
what you want it to be.
We'll see what's up first. But thank you, Caitlin. Yes.
She drops it in her bag of holding then.
Okay. Entering into the area, you see Civ goes over and speaks with the woman with red hair? I don't know. She goes over and goes, "Civ, baby, how have you been? Life treating you well?" "Oh, it's perfectly fine. Let me introduce you to the gang. We have King, Holly, Rauta. That one, I think Caitlin named it Widow Kitty." Looking at Caitlin for confirmation.
Gives none.
Anyways, Halabu, Byroth, and Caitlin. "Oh yes, Madam Caitlin, it's been truly too long. How are you? You have no idea who this is. This is the first time you've seen them."
First time I've seen a lot of people.
Yes.
I curtsy.
I was gonna say.
That is very true.
Blind junks ain't over yet.
Uh,
Oh, after like a minute of conversation, it's. Oh, that's right. High society. My apologies. I am Leia. A pleasure. I'm sure. No response.
How is it that you know all of us? Alright, spies.
Pardon?
Nothing about you being spies. Nothing at all.
I mean, I am the head maid here.
Definitely.
Save, did you not tell them who I am? I tried. They kept saying you were a spy and we were going to operate under the disguise of maids and butlers, and I think that one wanted to be a bodyguard.
Oh, wait.
Okay. I mean, do what you'd like. So long as you don't interrupt anyone and you don't get caught, I can care less. We can use the workforce. Here you are. Here you are. Here you are. As the maids come over and give each of you a outfit. If you're going in, you might as well look the part. As they all return back.
Did she come at me with a maid outfit?
I turned down the offer.
No, but she hands you an actually well worn and decorated sundress, but it's a sundress, so it doesn't really fit your motif.
I put it on the side of the cart.
Okay. Holly Elsa does the same, because apparently she's supposed to watch you. I'm good, thanks.
Did they give a dress to Little Kitty?
They would have, yes. Boop, boop. Then hands something over to Civ and goes. Then Leia states, "Well then, I look forward to seeing you inside. Take a mental note. Every room is accessible to you, but there are certain nobles here and there, including their children, out and about. So if you do anything too disruptive, someone might clock in on what you're doing. We have various guest rooms, various playrooms, a nice sauna room, and so on and so forth. The nobles can be very bored and decide to decorate each room differently. So, are there any questions?"
I put the sundress in my bag of holding.
So, wait, what exactly do you expect us to do? Nothing? We just have free
Oh.
reign, don't bother anyone?
Have you never been to a nice gala, dear? Basically, all they do is nothing. They talk, have a little smooching here and there. Basically, do the polite, "Oh, have you been? How's Richard? Oh, is he doing too well? I hear he's having a divorce right now. Oh, didn't you hear? They've already been engaged." You know, that sort of speak.
It's called mingling.
I apologize. We'll inform him as we go along. Please take your time.
I have a question for DM.
Yes.
Is this meant to be a closed party or something? Because that's what I've been led to believe it is.
From what you can...
I'm honestly, even from what Zaya's told me, I'm still not sure, other than nobles have been tracked down here, we're infiltrating and trying to start a fight here or something like that.
You know that it's a closed party to certain people, which is why the area isn't so collected with various other tokens. Leia can give you a list of who's supposed to be here, but right now, Caitlyn's name was entered in at the last moment to this party, and a few other maids and butlers.
Right, so it's not like I
non-essentials.
could have just popped down here for the day.
No. You would have to have a reason here,
Okay, yeah, right.
or you need to infiltrate.
Yeah, no, that's all I needed answered, so I'll stay at the stables.
Okay. As this is occurring, no one asks anything of Leia or her company. 3, 2, 1, nope. Alright then, darlings, please have a fairly festive event. or whatever you intend to do. She winks at Byroth. Have a pleasant stay. There's supposed to be a door here, but I didn't get a chance to put the door here. So they just walk through the area like ghosts.
As soon as they're out, I just look to Byroth and go, "You don't know what a stealth mission is, do you?"
Clearly, it's not stealth. We're just going to walk in.
We're in
Hide in plain
disguise.
sight.
He clearly doesn't.
Caitlin once again gestures the disguise self item.
Okay. That works until I bump into a waiter, like a
Oh.
foot away from my shoulder. People think they have clearance, they don't.
Before all that, what do you know about servitude?
No, don't talk to anyone. But how is that useful for asking questions, finding things out?
That's not what a servant does.
Exactly.
No,
So
a
how do we find things?
servants can mingle with other servants who talk to their masters. Servants can learn a lot from other servants.
Servants are the eyes and ears, not the mouths.
Maybe it's best I just follow Caitlin around and don't talk too much.
Miss
Every-
Caitlin, are you okay with that?
I don't. It would be suspicious for me to have two servants. You'd have to, you know, probably not wear as much armor in this area.
Couldn't I be like bodyguard? Don't rich people have those?
You were not handed
In an
a
event like
butler's
this-
outfit, but you were handed some nicer looking clothes. If you had to guess, there are potential safety procedures, and you could perhaps be one of them, but they wouldn't be so blatant.
Okay, let me see the necklace.
She hands it to you.
I put it on and I'm still the same size, but now I look like, let's see, something that has to justify a little metal jingling. So just like a bodyguard with less armor, but like clearly some metal to justify the noise of me walking around.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
All right. I marked every servant you've met from the household with the red, so don't worry about that. Everyone else should be guest or other.
Okay, so how's about I look like one of those ridiculous like Vatican guards with the breastplate and like the stupid frills at the collar, something like that.
You do you.
That works for these guys, right? I don't know. I don't know rich people.
Also, after looking into the maid outfit for a while, I'm gonna change my armor to look like the maid outfit.
Okay. It instantly transforms into a nice, it's a standard maid outfit. A nice black with white frills. Nothing that stands out too much or takes away the eye from anyone else.
I guess I have to take my makeup off. Oh.
Could you just be like a performer in there?
Halloween looks generally upset with the fact that she has to take her makeup off.
Performers are scheduled weeks or months beforehand an event even starts to make sure the
Dang.
schedule is lined up.
This is very
Okay.
true, says Civ.
Give me a few moments as she goes off around the corner to take her makeup off.
10 minutes later.
Relta, you'll be holding Widow Kitty.
Yay! I pick up little kitty.
Okay.
And oh, do I have to wear the maid outfit, or what kind of outfits would your servants wear?
A maid outfit. Sigma wear a butler uniform, remember?
Put little kitty down and I go put maid outfit on and come back and pick little kitty up.
Can you just give her access to my Widow Kitty token?
Sure.
I can't
wanna-
even do it.
I don't want.
I can't even do it.
Then give it to Byroth. I don't want to be dragging this thing around.
He's
Relta's
already
token
dragging me
everywhere.
around.
He can hover both tokens and move it around.
Oh, you have to move 3 tokens now.
Okay. But I love how Caitlyn, blind for 400 years, is still like formal dress.
Yeah,
Does
that's
little kitty like me?
Appearance matters.
I mean, to be fair, to her knowledge, Sigfold could have like not worn a butler's outfit. It wouldn't have made any difference.
I gave
Now it makes a difference.
I gave everyone control of Little Kitty. Just don't play with it too much.
Abuse it.
Don't abuse it.
Poor little kitty.
Okay.
Went to
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah, everyone's basically giving a maid butler or nice leather like armor.
Not good enough.
Not good
Yeah,
enough.
the armor thing was never a problem for me. Haha.
As you head
I'm
out.
off.
Yeah, but if I can I make these sleeves on my dress longer so I hide my tattoos?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine as long as it doesn't like become too stylish. The main reason why you were given these outfits to not be basically so you wouldn't look better than the nobles.
It's basically a more conservative look of maid outfit, which is what I was going for.
Mhm.
Because otherwise her tattoos would be on show.
So you come back and see that your entire team, well, half the team, has left.
Hey, Maximilian's still there.
I said half the team, and you rush over to them.
I'm sorry. We had to keep up the illusion of servitude, I think. Right? You have to stick close.
10 feet back. Relta would be closer.
More or
5 feet.
less.
Because she's my handmaiden.
Does that mean I have to get even closer now? Because being a servant is hard.
You gotta know where to stand, who to talk to, how not to talk to people. To nod. And learn how to take an insult.
How to pretend you're also looking at them.
Kitty, and I'm just like, everything's fine.
Don't look other nobles in the eye.
At least servants.
Okay. Don't look them in the eye. Don't do what? I already forgot everything.
Just nod when spoken to.
Okay.
If there's a drink like plate, I'm just gonna go around holding it and start offering drinks to people. I'm fully in the zone with performing as a maid.
Okay. As you pass by, you see someone going to the kitchen and getting drinks. Coming back out. And boop. As you say that, King, she simply states, I will, but a little later. That's all she says. The person then comes out of the kitchen and then passes you, Halabu. Do you roll sleight of hand to take the drink cart?
Oh god. I don't want to cause a fuss, so no. I'll just simply try and get my own drink cart or anything like that from the kitchen.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth. Unless you want to oh wait, you're dressed as a servant. Forget stealth, you just walk inside. You just hear a strange man inside going, "Hey, you here for the food? Just come on, come in, get out. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat." So, did you hear about Jim?
Oh?
He's not even looking at you, he's just talking.
I'm gonna try and get the food, but I'm gonna try and slow my movements down as much as possible without being suspicious, so I can overhear the conversation.
I would say you would be here. You were currently in the kids' playroom.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. I didn't think you'd actually go into the
I'm
kitchen,
trying to look.
so I'm just gonna have. He would look like a cook. Be in there. If he ever shows up. Okay, there we go. What were you saying?
Something about Jim.
Yeah, he said, so, did you hear about Jim?
Was that directed towards me?
Yeah, he's the only one currently there. If you had to guess, he's just having a polite conversation with you as you're gathering up the drinks and putting them on the cart.
Oh no, what happened with Jim?
I hear he died the other day.
Oh, bugger, really? How?
Going up with the boss, getting, what was it again? Them big fishes out in the docks again? Docks getting a lot dangerous these days.
Oh, how many times has that been?
It's been about 5 now. We're running more and more, we're losing more and more sous chefs as we speak. I mean, if you know anyone, let me know. Could always use the help.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can get someone that's a bit more, have a bit more of a survivability sense of that. But damn, he was a nice bloke.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you ain't busy, feel free to stop by. Could always use the conversation.
I'll be back in a few. Catch you later, as I just walk out with the food and shit.
Nods. Again, never looked at you once. If you had to guess, he talks with whoever's not too busy to talk with. At least that's the impression you're getting. In the meantime, though... Where are you three? There you are.
I can't tell you where I am in Dogma. I think I'm near the front door.
You are.
He's in the center room, I think. Yeah.
You're in the entrance waiting room. Entering inside the area, you all see 4 people and 1 marked maid. Oh man, this is troubling for you, Caitlin. Do you know that these 3 people are not servants? They're dressed way too finely for this. But you have no idea who they are.
Well, there's only one thing to do. Get within 30 feet of them and concentrate and feel and try to see if I remember their feeling.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Not a disadvantage or a disadvantage?
Not a disadvantage this time. It's pretty good. Entering into the area, you do find that you know, or at least remember. It's really hard to tell. The one in the middle, known as Madam... Oh, I gotta change my stupid names. Madam Butterfly. You know her, she goes by Butterfly, by close friends and relatives. You are fairly friendly with her, so you could call her that if you'd like.
Okay.
After all, Madam's just a title. And she, while not completely of royal heritage, still retains the name.
Yeah, kind of like Caitlin.
Yeah. But the other 2, it's hard to tell. You might have met them. They might be new into town. But you do see the maid, and she looks towards you. Do you nod, indicating that she is to present you?
No.
I was literally gonna say that Byroth would offer to do that, but I don't think that he would know what that is.
That is true. You step closer, so she then states, "Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Caitlin." I forgot your last name. Me, in game. Not me. Me, out of game.
Oh, okay. It's
Ulahana.
Caitlin Ulahana.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Caitlin Ulahana. Steps back, and then goes on to say nothing.
I curtsy.
You then...
Butterfly.
Oh, well, now, if it isn't Madam Caitlin, it certainly is a pleasure. So, what brings you here today?
I heard there's a party.
Oh, well, it's a closed invitational, but yes, of course. I see no reason why you shouldn't be here, though.
I'm on the list.
Well, of course you are. Only high nobles of well repute should be on the list. Isn't that right, Madam Red? Looking towards the more orange-haired individual. And Miss Emerald, looking at the lady to the left. You don't know if you know these people, but at least you got their names. Oh wait, you got their names. You remember Madam Emerald, at least her name. Red is new.
I was originally gonna decline.
Good.
I was originally gonna decline the invitation, but I couldn't. I couldn't just not show off my eyes.
Oh yes, they are lovely. It's a shame they don't really work properly, but
Looking right into her eyes.
she kind of seems a little hesitant as you stare her directly in the eyes. Do pardon me, but it's a little eerie how you do that sometimes. Just directly look at someone's eyes. You say nothing?
Sorry. I was gonna say something, but then I started laughing. Madam Emerald and Madam Red are very aptly named. Looking
Well,
at the two of them.
you hear then, Red. Well, it is a family name. I don't really care for it myself. But, you do what you have to do in order to live in high society. Emerald simply nods, and then Emerald looks towards you. It certainly has been a while, Madam Caitlin. So tell me now, how are things still progressing through the council chambers, day to day, and all that?
Yes. My time in Haven is a part of my I want to say assignment of Dogma, but I don't think it's an assignment. It's a part of my duties
Yeah, that would make more sense.
of the house.
Emerald then states, "Oh, oh, wait, that's Butterfly. Oh, I'm certainly sure. It's still Butterfly. Doesn't matter. I can't. Bleh. Oh, I'm certainly
Can't
sure.
switch it off now.
Yeah. But do be careful. From what I hear, more transport has been missing or gone missing as of late. So do be careful as you perhaps bring in new items to town." Red then states, "Oh, yes, I've heard the same thing. Certain bandits going in and procuring some things that don't belong to them." Then Butterfly states, "Oh, simply dreadful, my dear. So, you be careful out there."
As should you, Butterfly, Emerald, Miss Emerald, and Madam Red.
They all chuckle as if they work. That's basically the joke. They assume you were telling a joke chuckle and go, "Oh yes, we'll certainly be careful as we go on our day-to-day work." And they share a quick laugh.
I laugh with them.
You then see the servant bow and heads towards the direction of Rautam Byroth. The servant then states, "Is there anything you two would like, or are you here to attend to her needs?"
We're just here to attend to her needs.
Very well.
In fact, usually at this time, my lady Caitlin would like me to check the perimeter, as it were. Is this acceptable?
This is acceptable as long as you do not interfere with their actions. She simply nods,
Yeah.
bows, and then goes back. You guys are way too good at playing servants.
Byroth has a little sneaky plan. He is going to check the perimeter, but first he wants to go to the kitchen, lie his way into a bottle of wine, and then whichever sentries or guards that he come across, he's going to like sneakily look around, drink a swig of wine, and offer them wine to get them to open up.
Okay. As you get there, you see Hallowoo currently with a cart of alcohol.
Grab a bottle. Perfect. This is perfect. Perhaps even would be better if you came with. I'm going to go lie to some guard.
Pardon?
I'm going to ask if they know about any other moonlighting jobs in the warehouse district.
Is he just saying this normally?
Yeah.
Like in his normal tone?
Yeah,
Halloween-
I'm not good at this.
Halloween just stares up at Byroth and she just has the most unamused look on her face and just hands him a bottle of alcohol and go, "Please try to be a bit more discreet."
As you both say that, you see one of the servants head towards your way, simply stating, "Hey, you there! What are you doing? You're supposed to serve them before you get hooshed up on all the alcohol." Come with me, come with me. As she drags you along. Madams, would you care for a
Sorry,
bottle?
I'm on perimeter. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
shush, enough of
Certainly.
that. They all look at you two and go, "Sure, I suppose so. Why not?" Do you guys serve, or do only one of you do it, or do you get the maid to do it?
Halloween serves.
Okay. As you serve, you hear the three converse. It's a shame about... Oh man, I forgot the name that I gave Dropkick. It was a nonsensical name. It's a simple one, too. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna call him... Johnson. Did you hear about Johnson? Oh, yes, he was a fine sous chef, but... such a shame he had to leave the house. Oh, yes, quite so, but, you know, messing around with the mistress of Barovia tends to do that. As if the mister really cares for her. Caring or not, my dear, it's still an insult to the family. Yes, quite true, but you know what they say. The Barovian leader tends to like what he likes and tends to keep and try to keep what he keeps. They all chuckle.
Is this the same person that the chef talked about with me?
Yes.
So it's Jim, right?
Oh,
same
Jim. My bad. For some reason, I thought it was Dropkick that was in the kitchen.
Okay, so there's been two different counteracts between what's happened with Jim then.
Yes, from what you got from the kitchen staff, he was sent on a mission to go and fish, but apparently his vessel was sinked or he died mysteriously. He doesn't really have the full details, but he heard that unfortunately he perished during the trip. These three got a little more context clues stating that apparently Jim was fooling around with the mistress of the Barovian household. Apparently
So
this
he went
happens
on a
from...
quote-unquote trip.
Yes. Apparently this happens from time to time. If you had to guess, maybe the 4 other people that lost their lives might have not lost their lives on accident. Perhaps for different reasons, perhaps for the same reason, you don't know. But they say this as you serve them. And then the maid then pushes you back. All right, enough then. No need to crowd the spot. But you did serve them, so go ahead, get hooched. We have plenty of servants here. If you'll excuse me. Unless you try to stop and talk to her.
I'm side. No, I'm side-eyeing Barrow.
Barath is now holding 2 bottles of alcohol being... Well, now it's not even deception.
Please, try and keep quiet. Also, don't try and talk to me too much while we're doing this. We need to keep a cover.
Okay.
Okay.
As I'm just gonna carry on serving other people.
Alright.
I don't know how much token movement you need here, but... Doing the gamut.
Okay. You follow forwards. You go into one room where it has 3 nobles and a servant. But before you get into that interaction, we move over to the stables. Alright. To do what you want to do will require a sleight of hand check.
I would like to wait for a moment that Civ interacts with them
Okay.
so that they're more distracted.
After a few minutes, and then in a few more minutes, Civ then goes over to you two. Alright, I think it's been about time. They should have at least talked with people. More or less. You do what you do. I'm gonna roll something, not showing the modifier. Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm just pocketing it.
I assumed. I did not think you had that item with you. But I'm not gonna assume you did. Civ just...
Zaya said a few moments ago.
Oh, okay. Again, not really paying attention to the conversation in the chat. But I get it. Civ just nods, then goes, alright, if you two plan to stay here, good luck. I guess.
I just clap my hands together. I'm sure we have a lot we can catch up on.
Sure. As she heads out. Holly then looks towards you and states, alright, I might be stuck with you, but do try to behave this time.
Oh, please, give me some credit. What's the worst that can happen here?
This place could get set on fire, people could die, then I'd have to call this in.
And why would someone such as myself ever be involved with fire? Do you not know how dangerous it is?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, be careful.
I grin at her and I say, no promises, but I shall try for the time being.
I suppose
If
with
a
you...
distraction is needed, a distraction they shall receive.
I suppose with you, that is the... best I could ask for. So... That's all she says, so. She kind of doesn't know what to do now. You're just stuck in a stable.
I'm just still just grinning at her and watching her. I did mention a comment to her earlier with it feels like we were last together only a few short hours ago, Detective Holly. So,
We were. I was in the detention office with you. Well, not the detention office. It feels that way now. The principal's office?
oh, come now. You know how he can be.
He's fine. Everything's fine. He's a little too lenient with people. But I do.
He's just got a big heart.
A little too big, I'd say. Trusts too much. But I suppose you do have your value, and the other people that he turns away from do as well.
Can I offer you in a drink or a cigarette later, perhaps? As a sign of good faith.
You're too young to drink, but smoking is fine at 17.
I just tap the side of my nose.
Yes. You do that. She has no idea what you mean.
And I shall lay backwards with my feet still dangling over the cart.
Okay. There's really nothing to do in the stable. At least, not the way you're interacting. But anyways, Alawu and Byroth, you come across this area. I assume you serve these 3 people. Unless you want to interact with
Yep.
the maid. That's pretty much all you can do.
I serve the people first.
Yeah, if Hallie was going to the room, Bareth will skip it because she just told him not to talk to her too much.
Okay. Entering into the area, you do see 3 younger nobles. They're roughly around Halawu's age. I think you said she was like 20 something. I don't-
19.
19, that's it. They're around 20, 25. Somewhere close, but not too far away from the rest of this group. Still drinking age, but still a little younger than you expect. You do come across and serve them drinks. The one in the middle simply states, this is so boring. You're telling me, but you know how Dad gets. Always wants to serve and... Oh, look at me. I have all this money. Getting all the women in town distracted with the day-to-day. Yes, but your father does have his benefits. Such as... Well, he does offer everyone in the nobility a chance to meet, mingle, and procure new assets. Yes, but all the women in the families are here well, most of the women in families are here right now. True enough, but only those we really want here. The one in the middle then states, yes, that's true. According to your father, he's currently too busy to deal with the rich rather than nobility right now. Yes, that is true. But with his importing business, that's his business, I guess. Don't really know anything. All he gave me from his business was this dumb key. Don't even know what it does. He said he'd show me around his warehouse one day. Oh, honey, don't you know what that means? He's gonna present you to a high nobleman as his wife. I'd really rather not. Maybe part of the Barovian family, but I'd rather not be, honestly. And the money? Don't you want that? The money's good. I'm just so bored at these parties. As you finish serving them.
What's the other maid doing right now?
Just standing there. Observing, watching, getting indications to serve them a little bit of food here and there.
Does she have a similar sort of servant outfit that I do, or is it different in style?
It's a little different in style, but not so different that it would draw out too much attention to her.
So it doesn't look like it belongs to another household or anything, right?
No, the maid that's currently here is one of the maids that works at this establishment.
Okay. If they don't request anything else from me, I'm just gonna keep going around and serving as many people as I can, just to pick up little bits and pieces.
Okay. Let's see here. As you continue to serve and help out the maid, the three then continue on, but at a different point. So, how's your father doing, by the way? Is he still not well? Looking at the apparent Barovian family member. Oh, he's fine right now. He's just at work. At the docks? Yes, at the docks. So, is he still looking for people to hire? Yes, but Mother doesn't like to speak about his work. She thinks he does too much business with locals. And isn't that a good thing? Not when you're trying to build your own reputation. If you work too much with the locals, you know, the local humans, it tends to look as if you're trying to serve them rather than you growing your own business. The one in the middle then states, yeah, that's true. So he's looking for non-humans right now? More or less. As long as they don't look like they're from around here or have the same nobility stature upon them. I honestly don't really care about his job. I suppose that's fair enough. It's not like you plan to be a part of this. Fair enough. You then continue to give them drinks. The Barovian one then looks at you and states, I think we're good, thanks. We're not that much of an alcoholic group here.
Oh, my sincerest apologies.
It's
As I
quite alright.
If it may help, as I go into my pocket and pull out a pack of playing cards. If your young mistress seems to be a bit not entertained, perhaps a game of cards might help?
I suppose so. Do you deal? This is weird, by the way. You've never really been in high society, but whoever this person is seems to be a lot nicer than you thought. Maybe because they're close to the same age. Who knows?
Can I ask, the person with the docs, is that related to the information we heard about? Since I just saw that they're a kitsune.
Yes. According to the information you've gathered and the name, it all matches up. This might be one of the family daughters of this household, of the Barovian household. As you sit down and present to deal hands, she goes, Farah, by the way. Pleasure. Oops. It was supposed to be Farah, not Hera.
It's a pleasure, mistress. You may call me Halliwoo.
Pleasure. This here's Dot, and this one over here is Petal. She so does love her nicknames. Yes, but to be fair, I did meet her when I had chimpox, and you were at a forest. Flower garden, dear, flower garden. Either way, it's what people call us now. Fair enough. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand for this game of cards.
I would have done tarot cards, but I remembered that they're on the hat that fucking King has.
Yeah. Ooh. Not showing you the modifiers. Ooh, that's good. That's pretty bad. It's not that great. The modifier's not high enough to beat you, but Ferris seems to be fairly confident. You guys play a few bit of hands, dot and pedal, not that great at cards. Do you put up money, yay or nay?
No, not against nobility.
Okay. You play a few not deck of hands. You play a few hands, and after a while, Freya goes, that did brighten things up for a little bit. Thanks. But you probably have to go and work with your boss, so I won't keep you.
If it helped brighten up your day, then that's all I need, young mistress, as I gather all the cards and make them poof into thin air.
Okay. It disappears. And back in this room. Ralta, you're currently just here with Caitlin. They've been having a polite conversation. Is there anything you're doing in the meantime?
I'm just sticking really close to Caitlin.
Are you playing with Little Kitty?
I sure am.
Okay. You're basically hovering over her.
I'm keeping her cat entertained.
After a while, you do hear from Caitlin's conversation these three just talking about the day to day. Boring things about the dogs currently being, not currently, but having been dealt a substantial blow. Apparently, some raiders have, oh wait, I already gave you this information, been gathering up and collecting crates. You hear about Winry Lockhart, who's currently betrothed to Baron Bon Bertle. Man, that's a dumb name. It doesn't matter. Really gotta change my name.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Currently, they're being to be
They're all good.
engaged. It's a noble family from the Drow and the Tieflings, so it's just a marriage by nobility. Just to strengthen that bond. You know that the Tieflings and the Drow come from the Underdark City, which you don't know the name of, honestly. You're servant, so you probably don't ask. You learn about what's currently going on in the stock market. For some reason, Red is super interested in money. Oh wait, Caitlin doesn't know anything about Red. So, she's noble. You probably don't really ask. I mean, nobles like money, don't they? Then you hear about some strange happenings around town, about these shadows in the night going about in the darkness. You don't know what that's about. Something about a flying angel. And then some rumors about a strange noble currently working for the police. As if nobles would work. They all laugh.
I pull out my ruby slab and text Caitlin. Haha, they're laughing at you.
Caitlin, you pull out your phone and see this.
Go back to playing with the little kitty.
Caitlin puts away the tablet after getting the notification. It would appear that I must go now, Butterfly, Madame Emerald, Lady Red.
Oh, well, do come by if you ever have a little free time. It's usually a lot more lively than this, but, you know, if the Barovian monarch wants to share a little bit of his wealth with certain families, well, who are we to judge?
It was to my surprise that he decided to invite a member of the Terra family.
Oh, well, you know how he is. He wants everyone that's well enough off to be indebted to him in one way or another. From what I hear, though, rumor has it he's just gathered and collected a few nobles that are a little too close to the harbor.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
What was that?
Huh. I didn't hear a damn thing you said.
Yeah, you
I
cut
didn't
out
hear.
there.
I didn't hear the last word.
Weird.
Gather nobles who, and then that's it.
Who are she basically stated, yes, but you know how nobles are, they want you to be indebted to them in one way or another. But from what I heard, he has gathered and collected some nobles that are a little too close to the harbor for his liking. Was the basic intent she was trying to display.
Okay. The harbor.
Basically the docks,
Do
basically.
you know if he's here?
Oh no, he's far too busy working. A few members of his family are, but who knows, maybe they're at the pool, maybe they're at a few other rooms, or maybe they're just hearing the band play outside.
Oh, you know how I am with water. Messes up my hair.
And done it all to all. Well, my dear, if you do have to leave, I bid you adieu. Otherwise, feel free to stick around. It's not like you have to work or anything. They all laugh. Relta silences a chuckle.
Well, Butterfly, that's a very interesting hairdo you have. Speaking of hair. Ta-ta.
Okay. As you go one way, Byroth goes the other. Byroth, what are you doing? I guess he's not back.
Yeah, I'll just go around pushing down doors. Doing a quick survey as I do the perimeter, but I'll listen to what people have to say. Really, I'm looking for other guards commiserate with.
You don't see guard per se. You basically go boom, go into a hallway, boom, go into another room, go the other way, boom, go into the bathroom. It's a rather nice bathroom. Luckily enough, no one's in there. Boom, right door.
I'm
closet.
not like smashing around, but I am just kind of like I'm not knocking or
I assumed. I'm just making. I'm making it more dramatic. Boom, going into a walk-in sauna. It's nice. Walk back out. Some of the rooms
Was
look
there
like
anybody in there?
there was a burly gentleman with a nice twirly mustache. He simply looks at you and goes, "Oh my, are you all right, dear?"
Indeed. I'm doing the perimeter.
Ah, yes, of course. You must
I'll
be
meet
one of
here.
the servants here. Well then, please have a look around. I'm sure there's something here we can discover together, perhaps.
Feel the need to accompany me to your household.
Claire would be having a fucking field day.
In the sauna.
It's like, oh,
You not Byroth not understanding the intent, he just nods and then just walks out. Ah, another one bites the dust, Reginald. Another one bites the dust. You walk in, you walk into an area that looks like a bedroom. Civ was right. Not Civ. Leela was right. Apparently, they just decorate these places for decoration purposes. And then, boom, back of the estate.
Fucking 8 doors. Boom.
You see a giant koi pond to your right, a goblin guard. Oh, that would be great. And what appears to be a large group with the house head maid and Civ? The bodyguard is to your right. The Guess and Civ and the head maid are to your left.
Yeah, I'll go like around them to the like outside perimeter. Walk slowly, hear what they're talking about.
Okay. You go over to the perimeter and you basically just hover. Leia just looks at you, nods. You don't look like someone that belongs here, so the nobles just don't look at you. Civ just
I'm
nods.
invisible as a servant.
Yeah, Civ just nods at you. Rather slyly, you're not sure how she's doing that. I'm losing track of the Discord. Anyways. Civ then nods, look at you as if she was saying something to them, but it's a clear indication that she knows you're there. She then goes on, and the rest of the group goes on to talk about what they were talking about. The one up top, in between the rest of the group, simply states, "Oh, yes, everything's fine, Civ, everything's fine. Are you sure, madam? I mean, I can talk with my father about... Oh, no, everything is perfectly fine. Isn't that right, darling?" Looking to her child to her right. Yes? See? Everything's perfectly fine. She, from what you can tell, Civ was indicating something about her right shoulder, seeming to have a strange bruising. You're not sure what that's about. You weren't here for that part of the conversation. But
Can I
then...
medicine check?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
You can tell it has been damaged very recently, maybe within the past couple of hours. From the way it looks at it, it was intentional. You're not sure by what, but it was clearly someone hit her. It hit her in a place that was almost not visible, but would be... how would I put it? You would need to make sure if you're going out on the town to disguise it if you didn't want someone asking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Civ then looks at her and states, "I'm alright, just looking out for the... Oh, I know, dear, I know how you are. But everything is fine, darling, everything is fine." The one underneath then
Can I
states,
incite that statement?
if you really need to.
I mean, it's clearly not, right? It's not fun.
Yeah.
Do I even need to?
No.
So who is saying this again?
The one in the middle, basically saying everything's fine. Civ then looks and states to her, "Well, Gwen, if you need anything, just let me know. I know your husband has some troubling work here and there. Yes, but you know how he can be. He is part of the high nobility now in this town. So it's only right that he gets a little frustrated. You were about to hear furious, but you clearly saw her change the tone of word. From time to time. I mean, he is the Barovian head household member. Bleh. I wrote that terribly. Member here. Yes, but between me and you, honey, you could do so much better." She laughs, but then states, "If I could, I would, but I do have a family now, so there's no turning back." Do you continue to hear the conversation?
Yeah, you got me with that one. Baros angry.
Okay. You then hear her state, "Lan, darling, why don't you be a dear and head over to the kids' playroom?" Okay. Leah bows, heads out, goes over to the kids' room. I'm just gonna teleport her there. Boop, boop.
Baros gonna back away for a second and it's out loud. Dang it.
Okay. Oh, I wrote Gwen wrong. That is Gen.
The W's invisible.
Whatever. Civ then looks towards Gwen and states, "Alright." Gwen then states, "Oh, it's perfectly fine, dear. So, how's everything at work?" "Oh, everything's perfectly alright. I got into a new, bit of work here. Oh, you're not here on pleasure this time, dear?" Well, both, I suppose. I'm just checking in, making sure you're alright, making sure the rest are okay." "Oh, yes, everyone's perfectly fine, dear. Just some of the nobles from the harbor are currently here. Mostly the some servants here and there. The matriarchs of the families, you know. I see. Oh, but I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure he has his reasons why he invited everyone here. I'm sure. Janine, do you mind? Uh, yes, dear? As she looks towards the person to her right. How's your husband doing, by the way? Oh, Johnny, everything's fine. He's a little preoccupied with some of the merchandise that has gone missing in town. But luckily enough, his industry is still working and fully functional. Oh, everyone else here good as well? They all nod. Great. Well, pleasure speaking with the rest of you. Then moves over to Gwen. Seriously, Gwen, if you need anything, just call. You may be part of the Barovian household, but you're still a good friend. She clasps hands with her, going, "It's fine, dear. Sometimes the nobles have to deal with a few things to live the life they want to live, you know? Still, not losing or disconnecting eye contact until Gwen, after a minute, disconnects. I know. I know. Alright. As Civ wanders off.
Parathel intercepts Civ, whispering here. Perhaps, the outlook, someone good with children, talk to the child. This is a crime we will be investigating. Whispering. This is a crime we will be investigating.
It is worth investigating, yes. I don't like it, but unless someone actually sees what happens and says something, we can't just barge into someone's household. I don't like it as much as you do. But right now, no one's talking.
Right now we have an opportunity to talk to the child.
You can do that if you want. I just need some... I need to cool down, so I'm gonna go listen to the band for a bit. As she wanders off. Passing the bodyguard you saw earlier.
Alright, although that was like my whole goal, right? Was to talk to Bardagar. Dang, I got distracted.
Yeah, you did. However, that scene has taken place, and back to the stables.
What's that?
Right now, you're just... Honestly, you did a few things at the wagons, then you got back on one of the wagons and just sat down. Nothing's really going on. At least nothing you're doing interacts with the environment too much. Holly then looks towards you and states, "It's rather boring in here."
Please be my guest and explore the grounds if you want to. But with them doing a sneaky mission, I don't think I'm one that would quite fit in very well.
I mean, they all have kids. Nobles have to have kids. Besides, as long as we don't get caught, you can easily just...
I'm fairly
go in.
recognizable. Do you not agree?
To a certain extent. But I really doubt any of the nobles would... I mean, I suppose, unless they're from that school and they're... Some of the parents, the children you beat up. Other than that, I'm sure everything would work out.
You can understand my cause for concern and safety, though I'd rather not negatively impact the mission.
Up to you. It's not like I'm losing any sleep, and I still get paid for this.
And it's a win-win all around. Would you not agree?
I suppose.
Plus, we get to spend time together. And is that, after all, not the important lesson here?
Not really, no. You have to report to me each week.
Minor things, minor things.
As we move over to Halloween. Halloween, we're just serving people. Relta probably wandered off with Caitlin. She got too distracted by the cat.
I was about to say she doesn't wander off at that point. Halliwell would kind of like indicate like, should you not be with your mistress right now?
Oh no,
So-
I'm sticking right by Caitlin the whole time.
Okay.
All right. The maid nods to you. That's it. The mistresses in the... Not mistresses. You don't know what they actually are. Give you a big clue. The people in the area hold out wine glasses as if they're indicating you to pour it. As if it's your job.
Oh, I would do it, so.
They all seem to speak. First, a few jabs at Caitlin. You know, things that the nobilities tend to do. Nothing too remarkable. Basically, Butterfly going, that creepy stare always gets me, darlings. And then Red states, you see her nails? It's as if she's actually applying her hands to work. Emerald then states, well, you never know. She could be the rumored noble that's actually working for a living. They all share a laugh and then continue on to their actual conversation. Butterfly then states, so how's your... that shade. Emerald then... Not Emerald. Butterfly then looks toward Emerald and then states, so, how's your, benefactor doing, darling? Oh, he's fine. I mean, the money's good and all. Just the sneaking around's a little difficult. Butterfly then states, oh, I'm sure. After all, the Barovian... Yeah, I'm forgetting the name for... the head of the family that's male. She states. And then goes, yes, that is true. He definitely likes to play around. Butterfly and Red both share a laugh. And then Butterfly states, he certainly does. So long as nothing plays with his stuff, he's perfectly content. Red then states, indeed. I don't know how his wife puts up with him. Then Butterfly states, oh, you know the rumors. Some people try to help, some people try to get a little too close, and he makes them disappear. So no one can get truly too close, or else they'll go away. At this point in time, you finish serving them drinks. Do you continue to stay or move on?
I'm gonna stay for a little while longer. Just like, holding the bottle of wine out just in case they want refills or anything. But it's like the minute that they start looking suspicious and look like they want me to go away, I'll just move on.
Okay. Instead of role-playing this out, I'm just going to give you the information. They talk about some key points about the harbor. They talk about Kate and some more. They really digging into her. Apparently, her hair has some leaves in it that she didn't notice. Red then talks about how Emerald met the Barovian head of the household. I really got to remember that word. Apparently she met Patriarch, thank you. While she was accompanying her husband down at the docks at this strange, giant, abandoned facility. They spoke for a bit. he charmed her with her wiles. She says, Butterfly scoffs, indicating that he clearly would go for just about anyone with a pretty face. Then she makes mention of her own household and how her estate is currently making a transaction with the light. I need the name of that character. Oh, it's no longer relevant. About some weird family with some, I don't know, light something. It doesn't really matter. Then speaking about how Red's husband is currently speaking with the Attorney General and trying to get a law passed. Boring stuff unless you want to actually know what she's saying. I just don't
Which
think.
one said about?
What?
Which one said about Caitlyn having leaves in her hair? By the way,
Butterfly.
could I as I'm starting to leave, turn around and sort of whisper a spell to do minor illusion so it looks like there's a leaf stuck in her hair?
I'll do you one better. As you wander about, you kind of stick around a little too much. She looks at you and goes, "You mind, dear?" You nod, move. You say something underneath your breath. She assumes you say sorry, but you're casting an incantation where now there's a leaf inside her hair where it looks as if it's a cowlick. And there's a bit of a grape skin on her teeth that makes it look like she has a buck tooth. I don't know which way you're going, but that's what you do as you leave.
Is this a spa area?
Yes.
Would it be possible for my character to offer towels or stuff, or is it specifically a gender specific area?
It's not gender specific. Everyone is basically toweled up. The only one in there right now is. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. I just wrote man
Mr.
with
Mustachio.
Yeah, I just wrote man with a curly mustache in there.
Brom.
I was about to say I don't know how inappropriate it would be to hand a drink in a spa. So
If it wouldn't, at least in this area, it wouldn't. Nobility likes their drinks wherever they are.
Yeah, hey, you're in a mansion here. That's not even his spa. This isn't his house.
You can enter inside if you want. I remember his name now, so if you do enter, I remember. But right now, he's the only one inside.
I'm gonna enter and see if anyone's in there to hand drinks.
Okay.
If it's not deemed inappropriate,
It's
sort of thing.
trapped.
You enter inside and boom! Master bedroom. Bathroom. Boom! Closet. Wrong area. Boom! Sauna. You see some man in there and goes, "Yes, can I help you? Name's Reginald, by the way."
It's a pleasure. Would you like a drink, Sir Reginald?
"Ah, yes, love one. I had my heart broken a few minutes ago, so could drown it for it now."
Oh, how terribly sorry I am. Would you like to hear a bit of music to try and lift your spirits?
"Ah, yes, lovely. I don't really care for the band outside. A little too noisy for my taste."
I'm gonna pull out the violin and start playing a slight somber but upbeat sort of tune for him.
The humidity. Oh, on the violin.
Yeah. As
I mean,
someone,
I could
Sonatas are
sing-
really dry,
I could
actually.
sing for him instead.
no, it's fine. You just have to really make sure it's dry before you leave. I mean, once you leave, you have to make sure it's dry.
You gotta go from the steam room to the sauna. You gotta.
Go ahead and roll performance.
I mean, I have proficiencies in these, so. But, should I roll performance? Oh, I'll sing instead, because pulling out an instrument out of my ass doesn't make much sense. I would assume we left all our stuff at the stables.
I mean, you can assume that.
Yeah.
Just bag of holding. No.
Nice. As you begin to sing, he goes, "Ah, lovely. Reminds me of my childhood." You're talking about us as he's saying that you were basically singing a nice sea shanty about traveling waves, a journey, falling in love with a mermaid, falling out of love because she turned out to be a siren, and then needing to kill her as she trapped all your men inside of a boat.
Oh,
Ah, it reminds me and my father and his first mate. He looks as if he's in a trance when he says first mate, and then uh, waves his head and looks back at you. Ah, truly mesmerizing, my dear. If you need a job, well, you have one at Reginald's, and Reginald's. Although I don't know what you need in the firm. So, who's to say? He hands you a business card. It literally states Reginald, and Reginald's.
Oh, Hollywood, barking up the wrong tree.
She says I was flirting. I was just trying to deal with a heartbroken man.
that
You need to go
broke.
apologize.
You broke his heart. How could you?
Go
How
back
many-
in there.
How many burly men do I have to tell I'm not gay?
All of
10
it.
is not enough.
But yeah,
I give-
you get a business card for, from what you can tell, an accounting firm.
accounting.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, my dear, do you
I
need
just give
anything
him my-
else?
I don't need anything personally, but thank you. It does make my day knowing I managed to cheer you up at least a little bit. And she gives a curtsy.
Well, if you need anything else, I'll be right here. Who knows? Maybe my day will brighten up. Maybe another fella will join me.
Fate has tricks like that. As I just leave.
Go find Briarwell to make a go at apologize.
She doesn't know it was Barroth, though.
As
This
you walk,
is the other thing I was thinking when you were describing how
She
like
knows he wants another man, so she can just tell him that there's someone that would like to talk and
God
have
damn
company.
it!
The man
Stop
in the
ruining.
sauna, but I've already been there.
so what were you saying?
just when you were going on about this, like the series of chefs the Barovian matriarch has gone through, I was like, God damn it, is Barth gonna have to seduce this lady? I'm the only male here. And I was like, no, wait, we've got a amulet of polymorph with a seduction sword. Boom.
I mean, if you guys actually speak with one another after you get this information, you know that she's not being seduced, more as people are trying to help her, but then mysteriously disappear.
Oh dear.
Nobility
You're talking
see
to
it.
someone that asked a girl out on a date.
Yeah.
Hollywood would do it.
Nobility see this as, oh, she's clearly cheating on him. But Halloween, you exit, have a business card with an accounting firm. As you step out, he goes, "Ah, the first mate, my youth."
I just want to say Hollywood's really trying to hold herself back. She knows what's going on with the first mate, but she's just like, I need to keep prim and proper.
I mean, you can, but he seems nice. You could probably speak about things if you want, but he kind of doesn't have any more information other than the stuff he's already provided. You got the last bit of
I'm
information
just gonna keep.
and or items he had
Yeah,
on
I'm
him.
just gonna keep items.
business card.
Don't question where that card came from.
It was in a
This
tin
man
next
is
to his
nothing
side.
but a towel.
He had a tin next to his side. I didn't want to describe it because I didn't think any of you would go back in. You actually did go back in, so
I didn't think Barrow would reject him so thoroughly. I just gave him a chance.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this conversation and go to where Caitlin is.
Oh, okay. Caitlin is looking at this brightly red-eyed man and trying to figure out if this is a vampire or not.
Looking at a bodyguard. He looks towards
Ah,
you.
yes.
Red eyes. No, he's just clearly stoned.
Oh.
Mood.
God, I wish that was my current mood.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
But he's in my way.
He does have red eyes. From what you can tell, he has a strange type of sight. Kaden wouldn't be familiar with this, but Relta, you would know this sight as Devil Sight. It's close to True Sight, but isn't able to see or bind into magic the same way True Sight would be able to discern if someone was disguised, more as if someone's intent or nature is disguised.
So he.
He would know if you were lying. Looking
Oh,
at
okay.
you two, he goes and states, "Can I help you?"
I messaged this to Caitlin really quick. I'll know if we're lying.
No, just wondering about the perimeter of the area.
Perimeter's fine. From what I've heard from the head maid, someone's currently examining it. Someone that's been brought
Yes.
in, I assume one of the noble. And then he looks at you. Pardon me, ma'am. And bows.
Rise, speak freely.
Thank you. I assume one of the nobles has brought in their own security and is securing the premises. At least according to the head maid, this is going on.
Yes.
But everything is perfectly fine. The master of the Barovian estate has only so many friends to invite, so there's really no need for so much security.
Of course. I do have to ask you. You don't have to pay too much attention to guarding me. I can protect myself.
If that is what you desire, ma'am. But if I do hear a scream, I will come running.
That was not the way I wanted to go. I wanted to go this way.
Okay. Rata, go ahead and roll insight.
Okay. Roll my insight.
Roll her
Oh,
insight.
Right, that's me. That's the thing that I have to do. I was thinking about.
Please, thank you.
Ooh, natural
Ah.
17, which brings it to 20.
Man, I really wanted it to be a 1. Rata, you can clearly tell he was trying to flirt with Caitlin, and Caitlin was not picking up on it.
Rialto winks at him and turns around and walks away.
As you leave, you hear a small whisper. Oh, well, at least I got one of their interests. As he walks
before
back
I
to his
go.
group.
Are you gonna one up the last blade right now?
Oh no.
You get your
Yeah, go with
eyesight back and you get flirted with.
It's
You
all
don't
about
even
that eye
know what
contact.
flirting looks like. That's
Yeah. Listen, I understand when I close my eyes, but unfortunately, I can't just close my eyes and talk to somebody.
I mean, you can.
can I?
Go ahead.
Oh, is there a problem with wearing armor in this building?
If it's too flashy, it'll draw too much attention. So long as it's leather or light metal, it should be fine.
It's light metal because can you see the armor on me currently?
Frankly, madam, I think you look marvelous.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't the question I asked you. But no, I do not.
Okay. I'm gonna flash it for a second, if you excuse me.
Of course, you're more than. We'll see what's happening. Okay.
Yay, the great demon armor.
It's one of those like, do you think I look pretty now?
With
She can't handle me at my worst. She doesn't let me at my
Relta, with your former insight, you can tell that he is surprised, but in a good way.
I
It's
missed some things. I'm
backfired.
sorry. What happened?
She flashes her demon armor on.
Oh, okay.
His boner only got bigger for you, Drock.
Oh, God.
But he doesn't say
And
anything.
I saw this, and I just
Yes.
I look awkwardly at him, and then look at Caitlin, and just like, Good. Do you need me to leave for a little while?
You hear his friend, "Hey, man, do you need me to leave for a little bit?" You then hear him turn over towards. Well, actually, you can see him now. You see him turn over to his friend. Do any of you have a passive of 15? Oh, Relta does. Caitlin, do you have a passive of 15?
What?
my passive was 14. I didn't spec in perception. I was blind.
That's fair. Relta, you hear him say, "Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. This has never worked before. I get it, man. But pull yourself together. You have a chance, maybe? You think?"
While that's all going on, I'll lean over to Kaylin and be like, unless you want to do it with them, we should probably leave now.
And at that moment, I would like a text from Byroth to come in saying, basically, we should interview the child. Likely, his family is likely a victim of domestic abuse. The Barovian family, right? That's who his family is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Civ then places you all on a collect call. No, she doesn't do that. Actually, she would, but not a collect call. Civ basically calls all of you, and then in a low whisper states, "Do you guys want to meet up and collect the information we've all gathered? Right now, I'm at the outside parlor, hearing the band. Unless you want to meet back at the stables."
Stables is too suspicious. I would.
Sounds like a distraction is needed.
No.
No.
Maybe.
Ollie sees me
King-
pull out a lighter and then put it away again.
Yeah, Holly then states,
A meetup would be good. I just want to check real quick who this mercenary works for, and then I'll be there.
all right, King, if you're gonna make a distraction, not too subtle, but no damage on the house.
I don't think we need a distraction.
I just whisper back into the thing from the side. Also, if my hat is, if you've messed with my hat and ruined it, you're gonna have to pay for it.
I say to Holly, would you say a stable's part of the house or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I said to Holly, not to you.
I know. I'm like, it is.
Okay. Up to you what to do, but you guys meet at the outside where the band is, go back to the stable, or not meet at all and go meet the kids.
I'll put my drink plate back in the kitchen before anything.
Okay.
I kind of want to say hi back to my friends again.
They're gonna have to be dealing with the leaf and shit. I did side eye to see what was going on if anyone noticed.
No one noticed. Oh, at least they didn't point it out while she was still in the room. Holly just stares at King as King stated, "Do you think the stable is part of the house?"
Exactly.
Just
It's good enough for me.
She's start slapping the lighter out of your hand. I don't know.
She pretty much would. Caitlin, you meet back with a group in here. They really have nothing else, or at least no new information.
I don't
for
think
you.
they know me in this armor, do they?
You wouldn't
As
dress
Kate-
this way at.
I don't think many people know me in this armor.
They didn't look towards you, repulsed, but then continue on their conversation as if you're a guard or something. I don't know, someone of inconvenience.
Yeah,
Do I-
it's gonna get real weird when I get close.
Wait, do I know Caitlin in this armor?
You've seen her in the armor.
Okay, as Caitlin walks past, I just put my finger up to my mouth and go shh, and I walk past.
Caitlin thinks to herself, I wonder what that means.
As you walk closer to them, you see Miss Butterfly go, disgusting, with a buck tooth and a cowlick.
Caitlin starts laughing, but like, but like it's
I think
It's-
that would be
it's-
literally the first funny thing she's ever seen.
yeah.
Look, don't shit talk in front of Hallie, we're okay.
Caitlin's laughing, but it's like you can tell it's a noble laugh because like how she's covering her mouth a little bit. But it's still audible that she's laughing because you can't cover your mouth through a helmet. No, like-
Yeah. That's all I imagine. Oh god.
Uh,
Oh, Caitlin.
Okay.
she gives a like knightly bow to these three.
They just notice but don't say anything. Again, don't know you in this armor. No one special.
Good, because I'm gonna be changing my voice for when this armor, because you know the echo's a bitch.
Okay.
So it's gonna sound slightly more manly than before.
Halawoo, as you go to wherever you're going, I think you're putting the cart away. You see Civ
Yeah.
going towards the stables with 3 people.
Do I recognize any of these people?
No.
Wait,
Okay.
Vera stayed behind, right?
I was just waiting for my little pass by.
It would be your pass by now, yes. Bop, bop.
So I just go to this guy like, which one is yours? I gesture to the princesses, the pompous people there.
You're new. Well, I'm just a hired goon by the boss. No one's special. I'm just here to make sure no one dies while he's discussing things with their husbands.
The worst of them, then. He pulls a bottle of the fancy liquor that he got from Halliwoo's cart and gives it to the guy. You see the one with on? That's the one I fight. And he pulls off his ridiculous necklace thing, so he just looks like a regular fucking guy in gigantic armor. And then he goes.
Wait,
and
what did you
joins
just
their
do?
cart.
Did you just fucking point at me?
Yeah.
Yep, that's who I said. That's who I'm with. And then I pull off my stupid necklace so I look like a badass instead of fucking pompous.
He looks towards Caitlin,
I
then
did the
looks,
same exact thing that you did.
he looks at Caitlin, looks at you, then goes, don't know him, but the boss invited him. Must be pretty good.
I just walk away. I give him the bottle and I walk away.
He's just drinking the bottle.
I say, you're better than this.
Okay. Doesn't know what you mean by that.
That's
Okay. Going back to Caitlin. Byroth is not with you.
Hey, cool. Butterfly, Lady Emerald, Madam Red.
I
slightly
do
different
declare. Is one of the servants speaking with us? Ah,
Did
looking
you call
towards
me a servant?
looking towards the maid now. Dear, please excuse the little man with swords out of the room, please. Looking towards you,
Rialto
she
looks at
then.
them appalled because she just disrespected Caitlin.
Yeah, that's fair. You then see Caitlin, that the maid that's already in the room, looks towards you and states, I do apologize, mistress, but this is Caitlin Ulahana. Oh! Welcome back! Dear, is that a new look? It looks fabulous on you.
Oh, does it now?
Yes, I couldn't even tell who you were. Truly a marvelous feat. Red nods, Emerald nods. Clearly trying to backtrack on what they said.
I think you need new friends, Butterfly.
Ah, well, don't we all? Sometimes we don't know what we're saying, so we get a little catty sometimes, but you know how it is.
God, I wish she could see herself in the mirror. That's all I want in life.
How shiny is Fyroth's breastplate? No, it's dark.
It's not shiny. You fit the motif of
Rialto goes
Noche.
up to her. Rialto goes up to her and be like, "Oh, my dear, you have a leaf in your hair," and like points to her hair.
Takes out a
Yes!
compact and looks at it and goes, "My, what?" And then stops, looks at her teeth, and begins to frantically run towards the bathroom.
Rialto laughs hysterically as she runs away and gets back behind Caitlin. Like,
I look at this other maid and say, you might wanna attend to her.
Nods and looks towards the rest of the two. If you'll excuse me.
You actually let her sit there like that, Emerald Red?
I mean, she was still here. Couldn't exactly do anything.
A slight gesture would have been nice.
Oh, my dear. You may be relatively new to town, but you know what they say. Nobility is very catty. You can clearly tell she was going to say something else, but decided not to.
Faced with these two armored giants.
Oh, I'm not in my armor.
Not anymore.
Oh, you dipped your armor? Okay.
I dipped my armor. They were talking a lot of shit, so I had to make them backpedal.
But then they state, if there's nothing else, my dear, we probably should see how she's doing. We still want the air of respect between one another.
You do work on that.
I do.
I'll be watching you, Emerald.
Chuckles, but you're not sure if she's afraid.
Oh, hold on. Let me do this this thing. It's important. Swearsy realsies. There it is.
Oh dang.
Yeah, she's afraid.
I'm basically gonna flex my aura at her. I guess
27 intimidation? Yeah, that's
She
you know the Terra aura.
She hurries along as if she's running for her life, dragging along Red, huffing and puffing.
Now we can go Byroth.
Can we do like the opposite of that when we talk to the child?
Can you do the opposite when you talk to the child?
As you're in the kitchen, the chef doesn't look at you. He still doesn't look at people. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't see an issue with that. After all, you
Oh,
have been
thank you,
working
sir.
hard. Not at all. Take two if you'd like. They're only 5 gold apiece, and the nobility, they prefer the more expensive stuff anyways.
I'll pick up 2 bottles of wine. If you'll excuse me, as I bow and just head out.
Alright. As you head out, you all get a message, except for you, King, because she walks in and Civ states, Alright, guys are kind of taking too long, so I'm just gonna be at the stables. I brought the band with me.
She
A
brought
loud
the band
neighing in the
with her?
background.
What was that, Rota?
What did she bring with her?
The band.
The quote-unquote band, or just the musical act?
Just the musical act in this area. Byroth, do you stick around and wait for those 3?
No, I go with them. I'm kind of disappointed we're not talking to the kid, but I know it's extra time. Go.
I don't even know where the kid's place is.
The only one that knows where the
It's
kids are,
outside by the garden thing.
the only people that know where the kids are is Hallowoo, because she accidentally stumbled in there. So you
Mhm.
guys
They're all
probably need
just
to meet up
solid
anyways.
We gotta
Okay,
consolidate info.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna send us that drag. Oh, I'm gonna come in wearing my armor because why not?
Okay. Civ then looks at the rest of you and goes, Alright, let's exchange information. And you guys just exchange information? Basically meaning, do you guys know what all of you know?
Basically, the only thing Byroth learned is that Gwen, I'm assuming the wife of the Barovian Lord,
Mhm.
Patriarch, is basically a victim of domestic abuse.
Yes.
That's the only thing he learned.
I'll just run down and... I mean, you can... All of you roll insight while you go on and process the information you've gathered.
Maximilian, you suck.
Byroth, then we have to...
Why does Maximilian suck?
Oh, you got a 5 on his inside check.
Oh, that was whispered, my bad.
I was all like, what? Like, your
Okay.
horse has been in the stables. How could it suck?
You all
Thanks.
did well enough, except for the horse. From what you can gather,
Widow Kitty absorbed the most information.
And I've been with the kitty all night.
you guys got all the information you gathered except for King. King was basically creating a distraction and talking with Holly for the most part. He still needs to visit her next week for the regular meetings, of course. But besides that, the main things you got is apparently people, when trying to help the mistress of the House of Barovia, go and disappear. Some nobility think that it is her cheating on her husband, but no, people are trying to help her. You do not know why. Byroth believes it's domestic abuse, which part of that is true, but not the entire story from what you've gathered. Something is going on with the docks, according to everyone's information, and for some reason, every matriarch of the houses that are close enough to the dock that the Barovian leader could gather here are here. You're not sure why he chose the matriarch specifically, but it could have something to do with a potential ploy he could be doing. Because
Is
according...
Mr. Still your girl?
Maybe. Or perhaps he's trying to do something with the patriarchs of the houses while they're distracted.
Don't think I'm leaving out the fact that this poor man was heartbroken.
You learn about a strange man that is invited there. He doesn't seem to be a matriarch, but who knows? Maybe he's there for a reason. You actually never really figured out that. You might need to go to his office, which you do have his business card. He apparently runs a business bureau in the area, accounting firm, specifically.
Also,
go ahead.
I would pitch in the fact that the child said that the mother doesn't like talking about the business, or at least discussing about it.
Mhm.
She doesn't agree with it.
You also know that she has one of the keys, or a key, to the warehouse.
Mm.
She's also friendly enough to the servants. And let's see, what was the other thing? You know where the kids are, which is the room adjacent to you guys to the left. So if you want to speak with the kids, you can speak with them there. The last bit of information you guys gathered was people are going missing, but no one's really looking into this because no one's saying anything or doing anything according to what Civ gathered. If you had to guess, they're keeping it hush hush.
And Mighty Knight.
And then you got bits of information about Mighty Knight, some angel in the night, no, some angel in the day, some shadows moving in the night. Just
Well,
some.
no, I'm saying that Mighty Knight was investigating or vigilanteing these people specifically because nothing was happening.
Oh, yes.
Which you've kind of now confirmed by their own word.
Yes. But you also heard about the angel in the day and the shadows moving at night. Those were just rumors. Who knows what that means? And then Civ states, all right, good work. By the way, this is the band that came to perform. No one was really listening to them, so I kind of invited them along.
Why?
What instruments are they playing?
That's what I was curious about. Like, why? Why? So I was
Fire,
like, did you
yeah.
say band? Like, why?
I'm
Do
not gonna
they-
lie, I got kind of bored.
Well, that makes sense.
You got
What
bored
instruments are they
in
playing?
between what? In between pastry puffs and talking about one of your dear friends' domestic abuse, you got bored and talked to this band.
After that, Halloween, you see the man playing what appears to be a guitar, but it is modified in the way science can modify it with a plastic casing, a strings, but they seem metallic and wiry. Outside of game, you know this as another guitar. Yes. The woman up front appears to be holding a keyboard, but it seems electronic somehow, condensed into a form where she can carry it all by herself. This is outside of game, a piano guitar, or whatever the actual name it is.
Keyboard.
Keytar.
Keytar.
It's a keytar.
Keytar, thank you.
Wow.
And the woman up front, to the top of them, appears to be carrying some type of mechanical contraption that if you hit it, it sounds like a drum, but it has different wavelengths, and it seems more electric than you would know. Outside of game, I forget what this instrument's actually called, but it's a drum instrument.
Just an electronic drum set.
Halloween has a band.
Did you realize you guys never knew this? Byroth is proficient in drums. It's
Oh.
one of the things from his background.
Why don't you ever play it, Byroth?
You could probably play this instrument.
We could have used you.
But besides that, Civ then states, I kind of got bored, so I invited them to, I don't know, play a song here and there while we're around, moving. No one was really paying attention to
On
them
a
anyways.
stealth mission, you thought we should have a band along?
I got really bored after talking to with my friends. And then the man of the band then looks to the rest of you. Hey, all right, you all the band. You part of the crew, part of the mishmash, part of the boss.
I look at Byroth.
Byroth just like starts drumming the parts of his armor, I guess. That's probably a thing that he does at night. Like, you know, knee slap, like spooning, ham bone.
Moves over towards
And
you.
the ham bone to his armor.
You guys begin to,
Does that count as drums?
yeah, hand bone drum and sing.
Alright.
Um,
Alright.
the man.
Natural
oh,
one. Natural one.
Yeah, as it would when you try to ham bone armor.
Looking towards you, Hallowoo, he goes, "All right then. You seem like a capable sort. You could probably even join the band one day." Looking towards Byroth, "You still need to work, but you never know. You could be proficient in drums one day."
I feel like Barth trips himself with a 1. Like, I just fall down in the dirt.
Out of character, I really want Hollywood to learn the electric guitar.
You could potentially learn it. But the man then looks toward the rest of you. "All right. Anyways, thank you for having us. Don't really know what we're doing here. Your friend just invited us." Civ then goes, "Again, I was kind of bored. Thinking nothing of it. My father and his friends were always bored, going from town to town. We pretty much do the same, but we got roped into this little party last minute. The head of the Barovian family needed a entertainment crew, and since this party was so last minute, we got invited. Apparently, whatever he's doing really needs to be in a hurry."
What is he doing? Wait, you don't know what he's doing?
Nah, not a clue. I just got paid very handsomely to get here at my earliest convenience, specifically today. And perhaps tomorrow as well, he said, in case I needed to really entertain the dames.
Well, I'm thoroughly entertained.
Quite right. I mean, we haven't started playing yet, but you never
Thoroughly
know.
entertained.
It's like a nice song over Byroth falling on his ass. Caitlin is like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
The man looks towards the rest of
Goodness,
you
Hollywood.
and goes, where are my manners? Looking at the people in this house.
I
Also,
picked a
just-
good decision. Always wearing my armor.
Do I see where the fuck my hat went?
Yeah, currently it's on top of Holly.
God damn it.
The man then looks towards the rest of you and goes, "Oh, where are my manners? Pleasure to meet you all. Name's Baron Tripbon Vianhot. This here is Misty Livewire the Third. And this here over here is, I kind of forgot your name. It's okay. It's
You just have to say it's fine when it's not really fine. You can't get into it because they never understand.
It's Terra Livewire, Hoenn. Oh, that's right. My bad. Kind of forget things from time to time. So, you joining the
Oh,
band,
Jesus.
or are we joining you? Don't really know. Either way, it's nice to meet you all as we end the session for today.
Good game, long game. That's
Just because I couldn't do it in character.
Why?
Because I couldn't do it in character, I'm just Hollywood at some point would have